Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rocky Marciano Stadium, Mr. Armand Colombo Field. A chilly Wednesday night, Orlando. Brockton High School Middle School Football Championship. Second edition here that me and you are covering the game. North in Asheville taking on West in a rematch of last year's championship game, one when West scored a couple late touchdowns after a tie midway through the fourth quarter to capture the city championship.
Yeah, man, these teams I'll tell you what, these teams are fired up. Leo's on the field. It's a competitive fire between the coaches. These teams are fired up, ready to go. There's a buzz on the field, and everyone is locked in and hungry for more, I'll tell you that.
So everyone knows Aaron Montero, longtime Brockton High fan. His sons play football in the city. He was a great Brockton High athlete, a state champion, football player, baseball player at Brockton High. He's the coach at North. Tristan Ford-Smith, also a Brockton High football player with a long history of being involved in Brockton sports. They're the head coaches. To say they're not huge fans of each other, Orlando, maybe an understatement?
Maybe an understatement, right?
Well, why don't we say not fans of each other? On the football field, they want to beat each other.
Right. But right now, if we're going to talk about who's got the upper hand, we got to give it to Tristan Ford-Smith. He's the coach of the defending champion, city champions, West. Is it Wolverines? So, again, West comes in here as the defending champions. They did meet early in the year, Leo, with a 16-16 tie. And if you talk to either coach, one would say they were happy with the tie. The other would say they should have won. So this is truly amazing. So West is led by the quarterback, number 87. You're going to hear his name a lot, Derek Gonzalez. And he has 11 touchdowns on the year. And along with, they kind of run like a wildcat offense, along with Rafael Tavares, who has 5 touchdowns on the year. And number 9, Marcus Africo.
Very familiar name.
Yeah, very familiar name. He has about 4 touchdowns on the year.
With his brother, I believe, is one of the better basketball players on the Brockton High varsity basketball team. What about North Orlando?
North, again, comes in here.
North Asheville, we should say it. I was reminded it's North Asheville. A lot of kids from Asheville represented on that team.
Yeah, like you said, he's led by Montero's 5th year at North. They're led by Hernandez. Keep an eye on that. Jonathan Hernandez. He has 10 touchdowns in the year. He's only a 7th grader, Leo.
Wow.
And then I know you remember this name from last year, Bill Curry,
the big
fullback who has 5 touchdowns, and quite interesting that the quarterback is the son of the coach. Keep an eye on that. That's going to be Javier Montero, another athlete named Montero for Brockton.
So both teams coming in the city championship, they played each other, they tied. They had a semifinal matchup earlier, I believe, last week where West defeated, I believe, East, and South Davis was beaten by North. So we just had the captains out for the opening toss, and it looks like West has won it, and they will be kicked into the north end of the end zone. Again, Brockton High, middle school football. We usually have for Brockton High School. The Boxers will be in action on Saturday against Attleboro. We will be here to cover the game. It will not be live, but we will be covering the game as the Boxers take on, is it the Blue Bombardiers? What are they called in Attleboro?
Yeah, Attleboro,
yeah. So not usually a game Brockton has on their schedule. So back deep. Go ahead, Orlando.
And speaking of the Brockton Boxers, we hope to have Coach Sylvia up in the press box today. He's going to join us in a moment, so that should be exciting as well. And he can talk about these young athletes that are on the field for the championship. Very excited, Leo, to go. You're from the west side, I'm from the north. And this is like Kansas City and
Denver.
And no, Kansas City and the Eagles.
That's right.
You expect them in the Super Bowl every time. Here we go.
So back deep for North. Looks like they'll have Hernandez back there. It's a good kick. And it is received by North. Actually fumbled a little bit. And it's good coverage by West as that snap was fumbled. And it looked like it was number 13 for North, Jonathan Hernandez, who was unable to hold the ball, as they will have their first series at the 25-yard line. And once again, this is Brockton Community Access. Curtis Reese, David Eric on the production, Leo Genatasio, along with the legend of the city, Orlando Galveo.
Yeah, good evening. And John Hernandez right there couldn't, it was kind of a tricky hop, but he was able to corral it and save it for any disaster to stop the game. And we'll see what North has in store offensively first.
So West looks like they're coming out in a 53 front. They're good-looking linebackers. They have Xavier Montero will be the quarterback. Jonathan Hernandez, just a seventh grader, will be the deep back as they do come out in the eye with Bill Curry, the fullback.
Keep your eyes on Jonathan Hernandez. Very good football player for North.
So a little audible right there from North. And it's a handoff to Hernandez. He gets it outside, makes a good move, and it's a solid gain of about 7 yards before the tackle by West by number 8, Navy and Charlotte.
Yeah, Hernandez lost his foot in there, Leo. He might have got more yards if he didn't trip over that line that's over there. And we talked about Hernandez. First carry, able to get 7 yards.
So let's give him 7, close to 8. It'll be second down and 3 for North Ashfield, as once again West will remain in that 53 front. We're joined up here by Peter Caruso, longtime Brockton
in the building,
coach,
wow.
Athletic director.
My guy, no doubt about that.
Long-time Brocktonian, Peter. So they'll stay in the eye. That's going to be a handoff to the fullback, Billy Curry up the middle, and that's a solid run of about 5 yards by number 5, William Curry. We said his name a lot last year, as the first down will move the sticks for North Ashfield.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If North had won that Super Bowl last year, Curry could have easily been the MVP. So,
and once again, we will this year be giving out an MVP of the game. Only one player will get it. Matt Campbell, who supervises the middle school program, has done a fabulous job running this. Will be up here to hand out the MVP for the game. So first down for North Ashfield, right about the 39-yard line, as you see a little offset eye here with 2 H-backs, and it looks like Montero will remain in the pistol. And it's a fake, and he cuts it back, and he keeps it, Montero, using some athleticism. Busts it up for 10, 12. Looks like about a gain of 13 for Xavier Montero.
Xavier Montero just following his blocks, able to get 13 yards on a great play there, and North driving here already at midfield.
So let's give a lot of credit to those big guys up front for North. Number 73, Jordan Murphy. 14, Junior Lamage. 75, Hubert DeGiusti. 23, Jason Oliveira. And number 88, the tight end, Nguyen Lee. So nice job by the North Ashfield big guys up front.
Yeah, 4 plays in, 3, they look very impressive, just marching right down the field. West, let's see if they can respond.
So coming to get that play was number 34 from North Ashfield. It wasn't the quarterback. That's Evan Gutierrez, an offensive lineman. You don't see that often.
No, you don't.
So Evan Gutierrez looks like he's going to be under center right here. So they're mixing up a little bit, North. And it's going to be a handoff inside to Bill Curry. And nice job of game tackling by the West linebackers. And that's going to be number 7, Lucas Vargas, number 8, Navy and Charlotte. And big number 34. Or is that 24? No, that's 34. Big number 34 from West, Giovanni Thomas, who's a good-looking outside linebacker.
Yeah, good gang tackling that time. Curry refusing to go down, was able to get a little bit out of it, but defensively, great job by West.
So let's give him a gain of 1, as North showing a lot of different formations, different skill players back there, giving West something to think about during the game. So it's going to be a toss to Jonathan Hernandez. The blockers get out there, tries to bust it outside. Good cutback by Hernandez. And he's going to gain, he's going to keep his legs open. And he is going to go all the way.
Yes! Hernandez, Jonathan Hernandez, thought he was going to go down, goes to the right, and he switches it back to the left. Gone for the touchdown, and North strikes first. Wow.
So a terrific cutback by Jonathan Hernandez, the 7th grader, avoiding 3 or 4 tackles. He cut it back, and once he got into open space, he used some pretty good speed there earlier.
Yeah, and he did it. Deion Sanders at the end, showing off that ball. When did he get a flag for that? But impressive. And we talked about Jonathan Hernandez early in the pregame, and he shows us why he's a good football player there. What a run.
So 4 minutes into the first quarter, North takes the opening drive. They go 75 yards, and it is aided by that big offensive line. But make no mistake about it, that last run, that was all Jonathan Hernandez.
Yeah, the play calling by Aaron Hernandez kind of kept them off balance, too. That was solid play calling as well for North.
So North is going to go for two. They're going to go in the eye with double tight ends. And that's going to be another handoff to Hernandez. He jumps to the outside, and good tackle by the West outside linebackers, not letting him get into the end zone, as that's a terrific open field tackle by, I want to say that's number 19 from West. And let's get you his name in a second. They're not in alphabetical order. We're going to apologize to you for that.
Yeah, that was actually Niall Valentine who couldn't get in for the 2-point conversion. Great defensive play, and way to respond after that long run by Jonathan Hernandez.
That might have been Marcus Africo on the tackle, using a lot of that athleticism, because Jonathan Hernandez looked like he had easy sailing to the end zone. As it was Valentine, I apologize. So 6-0, North Asheville. They'll be kicking to West. West will get the ball for the first time today. Again, Leo Genitacio, Orlando Galveo, Brockton Middle School Football Championship, of course, in the city. This isn't just the only football we have, Orlando.
Yep.
Brockton, the Raiders this week had several teams in the Super Bowl. They had 3 teams in the Super Bowl, and the junior boxes also had several teams that were either vying for playoffs or in the playoffs. So a lot of football being played in the City of Champions.
Yep. And you talk about North, that last year they lost in a heartbreaker to West, and you talk about a way to get your revenge and respond right off the bat. They do so, and they take an early 6-0 lead.
So back deep for West. Looks like they're going to have Derek Gonsalves along with, is that Giovanni Thomas? It may be. And that looks like, is that Billy Curry kicking for North? And it's a little squib kick. And it may be, it's a nice play by number 8 from West just to get down on the ball. And that was Navion Charlotte. A very smart play. So West will have terrific field position at 5:52 of the first quarter.
Yeah, I believe that was Andre with the recovery, number 6, with a great recovery there. North trying a little onside kick there to try to get more points, but now you give West a good field position. Let's see how West responds to that North touchdown, Leo.
So West will come out. They also got some big guys in that offensive line. You'll see Charlotte in that backfield, Gonsalves in that backfield, Africo.
Yeah, watch out for Gonsalves, Derek Gonsalves, the quarterback, and they kind of run like a little wildcat here.
So North will have everyone in at the line of scrimmage, including the safety. Only guy back would be, looks like number 34 there, which is Evan Gutierrez. So it's a high snap, it's a handoff, there's a lot of open room there.
Watch out.
And that's a terrific run by number 12 from West.
Yeah, Rafael Tavares.
Rafi Tavares. And that's going to be a first down for West.
Yeah, good
That's
run.
going to go for about 13. And a first down for West at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you want to keep an eye on Derek Gonsalves. He's very confident to the end zone, 11 touchdowns in the year. And you got to keep an eye on all 3 running backs there. Very dangerous for West.
So first down for West as they cross midfield at the North Asheville 45. Is they'll remain in the pistol. It's a direct handoff, and it's going to be eaten up. Terrific play by big number 55 for North. And that's Lenz Armand in the backfield for a loss of 5 for West.
Yeah.
It's Big Lenz able to use some of that athleticism to get in there.
Great play there. Had no chance. Loss of 5 yards. You talk about shooting through the hole, making a play. Unbelievable there.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for West, as the ball is at right around midfield, as West is going to remain in that same formation. It's a wildcat with 2 backs, 2 receivers, as North has everyone in at the line of scrimmage. It's a good snap, and he keeps the ball, and it's a good solid run of about 7 yards.
Yeah, able to get the loss of yardage back, and going to be back to 3rd and 10.
And that's Derek Gonsalves, as we have former Brockton High quarterback Paul Mraz walking by,
sir.
A gym teacher in the city, coaching some of the younger youth. Paul was a quarterback 2010, one of the better Brockton teams, played football at URI.
Very good quarterback, I remember.
Great athlete, great arm. I'll never forget the game at CM, the Hail Mary that beat CM Orlando.
One of my favorite running backs, man, Paul Mraz.
He was one of the better,
quarterbacks.
One of the better athletes Brockton had at quarterback. Yep. So let's say 3rd down and 9 for North, as they, once again, Tristan Ford-Smith staying in that same formation. 2 backs, Derek Gonsalves in the pistol, or a wildcat, and it's a direct snap, and it's a handoff. Nice spin, good cut, and that's number 12 on the run for West, Rafael Tavares, who had a good tackle. And that's in the big number 23 from North, up from the secondary. And that's Jason Oliveira. Just a little guy, but not afraid to get his nose dirty on the tackle.
Yeah, good play by Oliveira. And, again, Tavares with a nice spin to get about 5 yards. And that sets up West about 4 and about maybe 6. So, and it looked like they're going for it. So we'll see what happens here.
So we haven't seen anyone throw the ball yet. It looks like West does have the athletes to throw. They are going to go same form there. They offset maybe one of the backs, but they're going to remain in that wildcat. They need 6. North not giving anything away. Everyone into the line of scrimmage. And it's a good snap. And
watch out, fumble.
And he breaks it to the outside. Let's see if he has his feet. And he will. What a fortunate break for West. And a smart play by Derek Gonsalves to pick up the fumble and gain the 1st down on the gain of 9.
Yeah, smart play indeed by Derek Gonsalves. That's why he has 11 touchdowns. Very smart. Now, the coach had told me that prior on the field that he's a very smart football player, and you saw why. He was able to pick up a fumble and get about 13 for the 1st down, and West with a converts on a 4th and 6. Huge.
So the gain will give them a 1st down at the North Asheville 32. For West, the only school that doesn't play with another school. A lot of the other schools combine with the 7 different little schools. West does play by themselves. They're one of the larger populations. So they'll remain in the wildcat, 2 receivers, 2 backs. And it's a direct snap, and he hands it off. And it's a good solid run by number 12. That's going to be a fumble. And North will recover.
Yeah, that time Rafael Tavares tried to spin around, and someone just hits the ball. And North with a big, after looking like a promising drive for West, it stalls on the turnover.
And I'm going to see that was Jason Oliveira again coming up from the defensive back position who recovered that fumble. So 1st down for North. They're up 6-0. They have the ball at 30. We're at 1 minute and 23 seconds of the 1st quarter.
Yeah, Coach Smith ain't going to be happy with that. And looks like a great drive, and then that fumble.
North will come out, anchored by a big offensive line. Did a fine job on that 1st series. Jonathan Hernandez will be the deep back. Bill Curry, the fullback. And Xavier Montero will remain the quarterback. And we're going to get an offside. That was number 18 for West, who jumped off sides.
Not good. You're going to give North, who would already with momentum off the touchdown, off the fumble recoveries, 5 yards. And again, West coaches ain't going to be happy with that. They're saying, watch the ball, watch the ball.
So 1st and 5 for North Ashfield after the 5-yard penalty. Xavier Montero is under center. And it's going to be a toss to Hernandez. And that's good coverage by West. And a terrific tackle by number 7, Lucas Vargas.
Lucas Vargas, Hernandez that time going nowhere, loses about 7 yards on the play. Big play for West. That's the way to respond.
So Vargas sniffed that one out. A loss of 7 will make it 2nd down and 11 for North Ashfield at their own 29-yard line. So Montero goes over to talk to Pop, gets the play. Sure, that's an interesting car rides home. Aaron, ultra competitive.
Ultra might be an understatement. Yeah.
You know what? When you want as much as him, you can be competitive.
Yep, that is
so,
correct.
He'll be in the eye. Bill Curry, Jonathan Hernandez will be the backs. And that's Hernandez. And nothing doing. Absolutely nothing. Big number 34, Giovanni Thomas.
Wow.
Gets in the backfield.
Thomas, big hit, all up in that tackle. Nowhere for Hernandez to go. And now West faces a 3rd and a very long.
So 3rd and 14 for North Ashfield as we are climbing towards the end of the first quarter here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Colombo Field. So at the end of 1, we have a score of North Ashfield 6, West 0.
Be right back.
Welcome back here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Colombo Field, the Brockton Middle School Football Championship. Leo Genitazio, Orlando Valveo, Brockton Community Access. Orlando, we're joined by the head coach, 2nd-year head coach of the Brockton Boxers, Mr. Joseph Silva.
Hey, what's up, Joseph? So, what do you think so far about this game? 2 competitive teams back-to-back. They went last year, and they're coming back this year for a championship for Brockton.
No, both programs are good. I was able to catch them early on in the year. I watched West beat an undefeated Falmouth team over here in Brockton. And then I was able to catch North versus South earlier this year as well.
Absolutely.
Both well coached, both have some talent on the field. Both have some size on the field as well. And it's going to be another good one just like it was last year.
So North will have a 3rd down and 12. That's going to be a reverse. And West sniffed it out pretty well. And that's really not going to go anywhere. And a terrific job by the West defense will force a 4th down. Coach, we're 2 years into your tenure. We've seen some quality football out there. At times, you guys have looked like you could play with just about anybody. What do you think you need to do to keep it consistent for the next few years for the Boxers to go deeper into the playoffs?
I think it's kind of what we were doing this year, just putting better quality opponents in front of us on a weekly basis. It lets the kids know that, you're not going to have any easy weeks or anyone that's, you're not going to have some of your smaller schools that we've played over the couple of years. Like
you gain nothing by beating them.
You gain nothing by beating, the Durkees and the Reffers. No disrespect to them, but they have to understand what's out there for them outside of, playing in the Big 3. There's some great competition, especially with the Catholics and a lot of good public schools that are doing things really well. And the only way to get there is to put high-quality caliber opponents in front of them on a weekly basis.
So if people don't remember, Brockton last year did not play Catholic Memorial. They did not play North Attleboro. They've added some power teams that won the Super Bowl on their schedule. Even though Brockton lost those games, Weymouth come in here. They were undefeated, 5-0, and Brockton gave them a pretty good beating, Orlando. That game easily could have been a 30-6 game. Brockton dominated that game. Brockton went on a 3-game win streak. And last week against Zavarian, Coach, I thought it may be one of our best defensive performances of the season.
No,
I thought the defense was terrific. I thought Zavarian had a Division I quarterback, and he was a difference maker. But I thought at the end of that game, Zavarian knew they were playing Brockton again. It was physical.
Mm-hmm. No, defense played great. I think preparation was a lot better going into this playoff game against them compared to last year. I think the kids understood that there were some weaknesses there, especially where they had a couple losses going into the playoffs. And it was just a matter of figuring out what we could do and our strengths and our weaknesses. So I thought we played well. I feel like the score doesn't tell the true story.
So people don't remember, Zavarian scored on a pick six and also Hail Mary sort of play where if Jared Mighty's healthy, that play's probably picked off. and two other drives. Brockton forced Severian to fourth down on both of them, and Severian scored on both drives. And Severian is the two-time defending state champion. So the Boxers have 2 games left, Coach. Attleboro, then, of course, Bridgewater Raynham. How do you keep the boys motivated for the rest of the season?
I think they're still motivated. I mean, they're still showing up. They're still putting in work. They understand that, everything that we've been pushing forward for them is happening. Even though with the loss last week, I think they understand and they saw that, all right, like if we actually play to this potential, there's no stopping us. So they're still locked in. They want to finish on a good note. They definitely want to beat BR.
They want to beat BR. They want to beat Attleboro, but we want to beat BR.
Yep.
So a first down after the punt, and that is kept by Derek Gonsalves, and he's going to gain about 7 before the game tackling from North.
Yeah, so Coach, obviously a lot of people think it's still 88 boxers, but it's not. So what challenge do you face when the city you grew up in, once known for its football culture, has now shifted kind of more like a soccer style for the city?
I mean, it's right here in front of us. It's about getting these young football players in Brockton, between the Raiders, the junior boxers, the middle school program, getting them to buy in and believe that there's more than just, not just football and soccer, but there's more to a way of life, and using sports to kind of facilitate themselves through middle school and high school. So it's just a matter of getting here, getting them young, having them be around the program, playing games like this here in front of their friends, their fans, getting them out to watch home games with their jerseys on, and just showing the sense of pride playing for the city and then supporting their high school.
So that was a good tackle right there by number 9 and 14. That's from North to stop that play for Derek Gonsalves to force a third down and 5. And I believe that was, is that Jonathan Hernandez too? No, that was Junior Lamage and number 9. The roster's not in order. We apologize. Or was it number 8? I apologize. But at least Junior Lamage from North Asheville on that tackle. They'll force a third down and 5 for West right here. They're down by 6. We are under 7 minutes of the second quarter in the middle school football championship, with North Asheville leading 6-0. Gonsalves keeps it, and he really uses that big body to gain extra yards. But a fine job by the defense from North, led by number 1. That's Xavier Montero, the quarterback, who was in there on the tackle.
Yeah, that's going to set up a manageable fourth down, and I expect West to go for it, fourth and about 1.5. And maybe Gonsalves.
This is this kid's first year playing football. So
wow, very impressive.
It's good to get. He's a good-sized kid. The offense kind of runs through him. So the fact that he's out here learning a new sport, it's great for not only him, his team, but also for the future of Brockton.
Coach, any news on Jared Mighty?
Jared, if you asked him if he could play this week, and he'd tell you yes. But sometimes, we have to hold him back and do what's better for the totality of the student athlete. And
any chance he plays on Thanksgiving Day?
We will find out next week. It's a 50-50. We'll leave it in the hands of the doctors and the professionals, and then obviously the parents as well. So we're not looking to rush him back. Obviously, we understand that his future is a little.
I think he's an all-scholastic this year. I know the record doesn't indicate it, but Lou Turco was one last year where Brockton was 5 and 6. Yep. I don't think there's a lot of better all-around players in Massachusetts than Jared. It's unfortunate he got that injury, but I thought he would have made a significant difference, especially offensively, Coach. When you base your offense around him and you go in to play a team like Severian and you don't have him, it really changes everything you want to do.
No, it does. I mean, you're looking at their defense. They're up a couple more yards rather than being back. They're singing. They may be playing more man. They're not doubling our guys. I think if Jared's out there, we get maybe a little more respect in the pass game. And two, he makes plays no matter where he's at on the field. So there's some possessions there where he can go make a play against a secondary that we thought we had a decent opportunity against too.
I agree. I thought you guys had an advantage against them. Marciano Smith's had a terrific 2 years of quarterback for Brockton, and you have him back for another year. And at the end of that game, it was all underclassmen out there. There was no seniors, maybe one, maybe a receiver, but the rest of them were underclassmen, along with your junior quarterback and a bunch of your offensive linemen.
Yep, so that game we only had one. I mean, on offense, there was only one senior on the field, and he was an offensive lineman. I mean, quarterbacks, running backs, 4 to 5 linemen. The receivers are all juniors. So, I mean, for them to come out of that game and realize, all right,
we can play with them.
Yeah, there were some mishaps that happened in a lot of their plays. I mean, if you look at the game, a lot of their plays came off of, flushing the quarterback out, him rolling out.
Him making plays.
And a breakdown in the secondary.
Yep, him making plays.
Guys just making plays on football. So I think if we eliminate those big plays going forward in games like this, it'll allow us to have a good opportunity to beat teams like Savannah.
I know, talking to a lot of people around the city, they're excited for next year. I know they want to beat Bridgewater Raynham, number one. But let's beat Attleboro this week. To beat Bridgewater Raynham heading into next year will be something. But a nice job by, we saw number 14, Limpin Loft, who's had a good game so far, that junior large. But a terrific job by the North defense right there, led by Xavier Montero. Also looked like that was number 13 on defense.
Number 73, Jordan Murphy as well in the tackle.
So nice job by the defense from North as they're making West really earn every yard right now.
Yeah. Since we're on the team, we're talking about the team coach. How would you rate your team's performance this year?
I think we started off a little slow. I mean, if I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say we probably at like a 6 to 6.5. I think we've definitely been playing our better football over the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Obviously, nobody wants to sit here.
That's a backwards lateral.
That's how you
Watch
gotta
out.
cover it.
And that's going to be recovered by
West.
West does. They're able to hold on to that ball. But I agree, Coach. You knew coming back, you graduated a lot of seniors last year. And me and Randall talked about, we were a few games away from being a 7 or 8 win team last year. The first game against Barnstable, the 2 plays against Andover, Lincoln. So James Brockton probably could have won, should have won. But coming back this year, you knew you had a lot of kids that were first-year starters, and you were going to take your lumps. But you got to be excited heading into next year that go into that Xaverian game. You got all those kids out there, these underclassmen, that showed they can be physical with Xaverian, the 2-time defending state champion. What are you going to do in the offseason? What has to happen in the offseason to get them not only to play with Xaverian, but to get to maybe the semifinals of the Division I state tournament, or maybe even a little bit farther than that?
Weight room, actually. We spoke with the freshmen earlier today because their season just ended, and we have a big emphasis on getting in the weight room, staying active, not looking to make excuses on why you can't get a lift in somewhere. There's always an opportunity to lift. We have 2 to 3 opportunities where kids can get in the weight room and just build on that strength. Because I think that's one of the biggest things we realized is, although we had a good off season, we need to improve even more in the weight room. So it's now just letting the kids know, like, we have to hit the weight room full force as soon as December hits.
And me and Orlando are big Brockton fans. We talk about this a lot. We'd love to have a year where we don't get decimated by injuries. Losing Chris Soto on that first, when he looked so promising, first time he touched the ball, it was 8 yards. But the way things have been running around here for Brockton, we just haven't had great luck as far as injuries go, too.
Yeah, this is, I was saying it earlier, this is one of the most injuries I've seen in some time. But, I mean, the good thing is we have a lot. We have the talent. We have the depth. It's just guys step up. Young guys are getting reps. Quentin Montero, sophomore, got some carries during the year. We got a young defensive end that's been getting in there, and Cairo Hill, who transferred in from Texas over the summer. So we're just getting guys in, letting them, experience. Also, one of our young linebackers got some play time early in the year. No,
that's Cairo Hill.
45 is Cairo Hill, and 36 is PJ Wright. So you got young guys that are stepping in early on, getting a little bit of varsity reps. So hopefully that shell shock isn't there when they come out there in September next year.
I said to Orlando during the game, number 45, who do you remind you of that number 45?
Pruitt,
Tyrone Pruitt. And I like the way he had a nose for the football. It reminded Tyrone of sophomore. So West looks like they will punt the ball. It's a low snap, and North does a terrific job. Big number 73 on the low snap is able to come in and take down the punter, and that is Jordan Murphy, the big D tackle, as North has really done a fine job defensively, boxing up the West offense so far tonight.
Yeah, the snap was not crisp, and Gonzalez unable to corral that, and now North, already up 6-0, can add to their lead with the ball at the 30-yard line of West.
My last question for you, Coach. When you got to talk to one of the parents from, whether it's a mom, dad, uncle, aunt, grandparent, what are you going to say to them to sell them, to not lose them to a Xaverian or PCI? I know playing those teams certainly helps, but what else has to be sold to get them Because back when I was young, even you, kids wanted to play Brockton football. We didn't lose our best players. Everyone stayed and played Brockton football. What are you going to do to keep them here?
I think the biggest thing is just tell them to kind of tune out all the negativity that they're seeing. Obviously, Brockton High is not perfect. Neither is a lot of other schools.
Exactly.
But I also tell them that what we're doing with our kids in this program is the right way to do things. Like, we're checking, we're monitoring grades. Kids aren't failing off the team. They're being held accountable.
You're talking to colleges for some of these kids too. If they have the grades,
our kids
are still like Brockton kids.
Our kids are still seeing the same opportunities as they would anywhere else.
That's great.
Obviously, it's not always in the papers, but last year, Jaden Lopes went to Division II Assumption. This year, we got Nate going Division I to Fordham, which is up there academically, and Jared's getting Division II looks. And we have kids right now that are going to get looks and end up playing football. It doesn't matter what division they play at. We had, out of last year's senior class of 21 kids, I want to say 15 of them ended up either going to college or playing football in college, and the rest decided to go do trade.
And that is what some of these parents should be looking at. Not only are their kids going to be paid to play in the league, but when they're going to go to college, get a degree, play football, gain some lifelong relationships through football. And I will tell you, colleges still love Brockton athletes. They love Brockton kids. If you can make it through Brockton, you can play Brockton High football, and you can persevere through the ups and downs of living in a city like Brockton, what college coach would want you? So first down for North, second down and 1 for North. Xavier Montero under center, Bill Curry, Jonathan Hernandez. And I think that's going to be a motion penalty.
Yes,
as North tried to move quick. And I'll say, Orlando and Coach, not a lot of flags so far.
No, very disciplined out there, yep.
Tristan Ford-Smith and Aaron Montero done a fine job, along with their assistant coaches, getting both these teams ready for the middle school football championship.
Well, it is the championship, so you can't make a lot of mistakes. And unfortunately, there on a 3rd and short, it's going to back them up 5.
Any changes to the schedule next year, or is team looking at in the offseason?
We'll look at in the offseason.
Any team definitely coming back, CM back on the schedule? Are we going to West Roxbury?
I won't know for certain until we get into, late winter, early spring. Obviously, I know recently the MIA passed to start the football season a little later than normal, so instead of starting on Monday, instead of starting on Friday, it will now start on that Monday, which now pushes everything back 2 days, and that will also may affect scrimmages and how you kind of go into preparing week 1. So, like you said, last year we had the unexpected dropping of Andover and Everett, so you never know what's going to happen once you get to like February, late January, early February. Teams may be looking elsewhere. So,
and I'll tell you one thing: teams still like to beat Brockton. You'll find coaches, no matter where, no matter who they are. Everyone, doesn't matter what our record is. People like to say they walk into the donut shop, where it is in Massachusetts, say they beat Brockton in football. No matter what the sport, people like to beat Brockton. Years of success, no matter what the sport is, even though Brockton may be down a bit over the past few years. Decades of success has led a lot of the other schools to want to put Brockton on their schedule, especially when they think we could be down, and put a notch on their belt saying they beat the Boxers. So 3rd down, and it looks like it's going to be 5 for North Asheville. We're at 1:19. A score here, Orlando. A lot of pressure on West in the second half.
This could be a big defensive stop here for West. They're going to need it down 6-0.
West got everyone in at that line of scrimmage. The safety about 10 yards back off the ball. It's going to be a direct snap. Montero fakes it to Hernandez. And Hernandez is going to get to the outside.
He's a good running back.
And that's a solid run. He's a 7th grader coach.
Yeah, I watched him run the ball over earlier.
Hernandez with a big first down. And
I like his first step, guys. He gets that ball. He's got good vision. He bounced that right outside. He saw space there. He might have supposed to cut that back, but he saw the space to the outside and used some of that speed. And we might have a good one in 7th grade.
Might.
Good size, too.
The program, the city has plenty of talent. It's just we just have to have the parents believe that Brockton High is still the right place for their kids, and the opportunities here are still, abundant with all the programs we have.
No question about it. I worked up there for a year, and there's some terrific staff. I would say 99.5% of the kids up there are wonderful kids. They come by, give you fist bumps. They just always have a smile on their face. The teachers up there are second to none. They're some of the best teachers in the New England up at Brockton High. There's so many different programs, different classes, AP classes, music, drama, sports. It's still one of the finer high schools around. You just can't read what you see once in a while in the paper and say, oh, that's every kid in Brockton, because it's not. It's not fair to the great kids in Brockton that one or two kids may, do something that happens in every other school district.
There are a lot of positives, and even over the 2 years here, we've done a backpack drive, we've done turkeys, we're going to the middle schools and reading. We're trying to shine more positivity on the program. And then, in turn, that helps not only just us, but it helps the whole Brockton High community in itself.
So first down for North, they're at the 10-yard line. They have a full house backfield. That big offensive line is doing a terrific job. And that's going to be a reverse. And that's going to be
good tackle.
Montero, Xavier Montero. That's a really good tackle. Is that Africo on the tackle? No, that's Derek Gonsalves coming in from a safety position, outside linebacker position.
Yeah, he might have saved a touchdown there as well.
So with 48 seconds, I think they used a timeout. They may have. Oh, the clock's running. So no, they're going to go right to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal from the 6. As North will go now into the eye. And Hernandez, and that's going to be kept.
That's going to be a penalty. Moved a little bit too early.
Just getting a little too excited right now.
Again, North killing themselves on this drive with 2 penalties already, and with 30 seconds left, they're going to be backed up another 5 yards. They're going to set up a second and about 10.
Orlando, any other questions for Coach before we let him go here? I know he's busy, got his daughter up here.
He's a very busy guy, so I think we asked him enough.
Go down and talk to some of the parents. Got a good crowd here representing
we also
their children.
We also have the freshman coaches on here, Mikey Norman and Devin Force, who, again,
They've done a terrific job.
former alumni.
And that's the one thing I was going to ask you. What do you got to do to get? Listen, this is a program that's top 20 in the country and wins. They won close to 20 state championships. I'd like to see some of the guys from 2000. Not only talk about the 80s, the guys from 2004, 5, 6, 7, 8. The guys who are top 5 teams in the state. What are they going to do to come back? What are you going to get them back here? Because when I see them, I make them feel guilty because I want to see them up here giving back. Like I see the Everett guys sitting on the sidelines with their players.
And I still know a bunch of them. I still hang out with a lot of them. Obviously, family, jobs. Being in this this profession of a teacher. Some professions don't allow you to get here at 2:30, 3 o'clock to come coach, and unfortunately, a lot of our alumni working, the 9 to 5.
But they're still giving you support, though. You're getting texts and stuff like that.
Get texts, I get guys. I talk to them in the off season. Guys that want to come by and come talk to the kids. But everyone has a life and family, so it's tough to get back and get back. But it's great that we have these younger guys that are here in the program, like Mikey and Devin and Jalen and a couple other guys that are coaching the freshmen. They're all alumni that they're in these kids' shoes within the last 7 years.
So Jonathan Hernandez had an opening there. A nice tackle once again by, was that number 14 from West on that tackle that time, William Grayson. And the turnover will give West back the ball. A huge break for West as they will get the ball back with 23 seconds left. And Coach, from me and Orlando, we just want to say thank you for coming up here.
Appreciate you guys for having me.
We may sound at times that we get frustrated, but no one wants to win more than we. You know that. No one wants to win more than me and you do. And I said this to Orlando. When I look down at that sideline, it's filled with Brockton guys. I know Coach Wigham's here for you. He was a great guy. But this program's got to be led to the next state championship by guys that play here, guys from the city, guys that have surrounded themselves with, everything to do with Brockton football. I think you're the right guy. I think you're going to get us there. But it takes not just you, it takes the kid. It does. It takes the kid, it takes the parent, it takes some of the Brockton alumni who like to be critical from the outside, but they're not up here doing anything to help support. Get back up here to make us a state champion again. It's going to take just about everyone to be involved and give the support to the coaches and the players.
Yeah, not to mention any team that starts 0-5, some teams quit. They never quit. They've been playing hard, including the last game. And what more can you ask for?
And we said this last year, Orlando. I thought Brockton played their best game on Thanksgiving Day against Bridgewater Raynham. I'd like to see that again this year because turkey tastes sweeter when we beat Bridgewater Raynham. And we have beat them 4 of the last 5 years. That's one that I'd like to keep going. Happy. And I know they have one of their better teams this year, but I don't think they played quite a defense like we have. I know they played a good schedule, Orlando. I don't think they played a defense as good as ours recently. And I'd like to see us, that turkey will taste sweeter if we win on that day. So first down for West, 23 seconds left. They are going to run a play. Derek Gonsalves keeps it, and he's just protecting the football, and North's not letting him go anywhere. So we are going to wrap it down here in the first half.
West.
Yes, Coach, thank you for coming in. Good luck on Saturday against Attleboro. Good luck finishing up the season. Of course, we'll talk again after that, and we're excited for what's coming up in the next year or two for Brockton High football.
We definitely are too, man. We can't wait to get back to work. Well, we're still working, but we can't wait to get into the off season and continue working.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
So West does call a timeout right there. Or was that West who called that, Orlando?
Be careful.
West does call the timeout right there. And North.
Yeah, you talk about a big stop for West, Leo.
As Coach Steve's, Orlando, a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
At a minimum, parents, you got a coach who's a gentleman. This is a guy that cares about the kids. He cares about them. More importantly, he cares about their education. I remember myself playing freshman for the 2 best players were 5 minutes late for a game in the locker room. He sat them the entire game. He exerts nothing but positivity.
That's what you want.
Give him a shot. So West fakes the reverse right there, and that's kept by Gonsalves. And North, once again, led by those big D tackles and their active linebackers, will let this one run into the half. And a good first half for both teams, but specifically that opening drive, Jonathan Mendez showed why he may be the best athlete on the field.
I'm sure Aaron Montero's not going to be happy going. He felt like he should be up more, a fumble there, but that sets up to be an exciting second half, Leo, of action for the title.
So we'll see you again at the third quarter at the halftime. That is North Ashfield 6, West. By both teams, but specifically, let's talk about North. Jonathan Hernandez, that big offensive line, they seem to have dominated the physicality of that first half of Orlando.
Yeah, if you ask Coach Montero, he's probably like, man, we should be up more than one score. And again, Hernandez, you see the long run. You see what he's capable of. He's only a 7th grader, believe it or not. And again, West not able to really get their offense flowing yet, Leo, but
they're capable.
They're capable, and that it's a long game, and this second half should be exciting.
So West is coached by Tristan Fort Smith. He won the championship last year. He's a good coach. Another guy that expects discipline from his players. They did not commit a lot of penalties. They're not going to quit. Again, these are 2 coaches on the field. They like to beat each other. They want to win. North took the opening kickoff. Jonathan Hernandez with an electric run at midfield where he cut back, kind of reminded me of the Anthony Comer run from Brockton in the Shriners Bowl where he cut it back across the field and came back and made it for a long touchdown run. West has had a few big plays where they've gotten the ball deep into North territory as far as the 30. They had a fumble. North was able to get that ball inside the 5, but a fine tackle by Rafael Tavares to force a fumble allowed them to keep this a 1-score game, as North will now be kicking from the south end to the north end. Back deep, looks like you're going to have Giovanni Thomas, probably Derek Gonsalves, as they try to get back in this football game. And possibly take the lead.
Yeah, they get the ball to start the second half, so I'm pretty sure Smith had a long conversation with his troops. I've seen him over there. Let's see how the kick there.
That's a really good kick, and that looks like it's Derek Gonsalves. And it's a good, solid run and nice coverage by the North special teams as West will take over now at the 40-yard line. As Atlanta, before the game, we have some of the alumni from last year's game.
Yeah.
Mikey Dimitri from West, remember him, all over the field making tackles on the freshman team. Freshman team. Jonathan Gorbo, the really athletic running back, linebacker. Chris Bellman, we called his name. All Brockton High football players now. Well, you love to see Orlando.
Yeah, Gerville, and he was quick to tell us, I'm not a freshman. I'm on the
JV now. So
shout out to them.
Congratulations to those three kids. We said their names a bunch of times last year. But this is 2025 version, West in the shotgun. And that is a direct snap and a good, solid, physical run.
Yeah, you see.
By Derek Gonsalves.
A little burst there, and was able to get about 8 yards.
So West is leaning on that big offensive line right now. As you see number 87 going over the sideline. Gonsalves. And he is a good-looking athlete.
I got a funny feeling you're going to see a lot of Derek Gonsalves here in the second half.
So second down and 2 here. North Asheville leading 6-0. We haven't seen one pass yet, Orlando. A lot of running, but Brockton's won a lot of their Super Bowls, running the ball 95% of the game. So it's a direct snap. Derek keeps it. He sees that ball on the outside, tries to cut it back in the inside, and a really good tackle by number 14.
Julian Lamage.
Back in the game.
Yeah,
Julian Lamage.
Seen him limping off, but he says, I'm not going to use nothing that you can get me out of this game.
The active linebacker for North back in the football game, but it's a first down for West at their own 47-yard line.
Good play by Lamage that time, but able to get the first down is Gonsalves, and West driving.
So West, they've been in that same formation. It's a Wildcat, 2 backs, 2 receivers. Gonsalves, a good-looking athlete. Let's see if he can throw the ball, but he's going to keep it again, running that Wildcat. Nothing doing. Big number 73, Jordan Murphy.
Yeah, big number 73 is right. Murphy having nothing of it. Sniffed that out, and
he's been active today.
Yeah, he has. And,
so the big D tackle doesn't allow anything right there. That will make it 2nd and 10 for West. As Tristan gives his play to Derek Gonsalves. Also in on that tackle was number 80 from North. And his name, he's not on the roster. Maybe that's Leo Lopes. But a terrific play by him also being active. So, second down, let's say 11. They remain in the Wildcat. And we're going to get a penalty. It's West's first penalty on offense tonight. And that's going to move them back 5 yards. And that, when you're not throwing the ball, though, it's tough yardage to get back. So the 5 yards will make this, let's say, 2nd and 16. As the ball goes back over to the west side of the field. 7 minutes, 17 seconds left in the middle school football championship.
Yeah, West's first penalty of the night. That moves them back.
So Gonsalves.
Never know when that first pass is going to come, Leo.
They remain in the Wildcat, all the backs in there. It's going to be a handoff to number 12, and he tries to cut it back inside, and that big active tackles from North stops that after a 4-yard gain as we had Jordan Murphy along with number 75.
Yeah, Rafael Tavares with the carry, and that was sniffed out real quick. He looked like he had a lane there, and that was shut down real quick by the North.
Wow. Him and Murphy really causing havoc for that West offensive line.
That's some big boys there in the front there for North.
That's the one thing Coach loves more than anything is having size. So third down and let's say 12.
Only size, athletic.
They're athletic big guys. Very impressive. 2 D tackles. So third down and 12. It's going to be a direct snap, and it's a good fake by Gonsalves. And a good run and solid tackling right there by North, hanging on. Xavier Montero, along with number 4, was out there. Weasley Moreno.
Yeah, you're getting a different Derek Gonzalez here in the second half. He's running with anger right now. And
so let's give him 9 here, Orlando. Yeah, maybe 8. Let's make it 4th down and 4 for West.
Yeah, this is going to be a big
This is their series right here,
Yeah.
Orlando. This is their series to get this game either tied up to take the lead. So 4th down and let's say 4 for West. They are at the North, let's say 46-yard line, North Ashfield. They're going to remain in that shotgun. And it's been nothing but Derek Gonsalves here in the second half. When they've gotten the ball to number 12, it's been successful. Rafael Tavares. And that is going nowhere. And once again, those D tackles, Jordan Murphy and Hubert Diajusti.
Wow, and again, a huge stop. If you're on your way to win a championship, that's a good start right there. Big 4th down and 4th stop for North, and they take over.
So West was able to get a couple first downs, but on 4th down, Jordan Murphy and Diajusti are able to really stifle up Derek Gonsalves. As Xavier Montero will get the ball back for North at their own 47. Good field position with a 6-0 lead as we are at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter.
Yeah, so far, great defensive plan by North. West basically has been out to midfield, and that's about it.
So they're under center. That's going to be in the eye, Bill Curry and Jonathan Hernandez. And that's going to be Hernandez, who cuts it back inside, and a nice job by the West linebackers. That could have been a lot bigger game, but the West linebackers are able to shut that down. And that's going to be number 8 on the tackle. We're going to have Marcus Africo.
Yeah, and West is sensing urgency here. This is a big drive, and they have to come up with a stop. You do not want to go down 2 scores with the time dwindling here in the third quarter.
So let's say 2nd down and 6 for North Ashfield. Coach Montero taking every second of that clock, play clock, as he has a 6-0 lead. They're going to remain in the eye. Billy Curry and Jonathan Hernandez. Xavier Montero under center. It's going to be handoff to Billy Curry. He tries to cut it back inside, and he goes for maybe a yard. And a good tackle by number 34 from West. And that's Giovanni Thomas, the D tackle. So 3rd down and 3 for West.
And again, this could be a big stop for West. They're going to need it, Leo.
So 3rd down and 3 for North, as West needs to get the ball back. So they're going to go under center. Jonathan Hernandez, Billy Curry, the same backs are in the eye. And that's going to be Xavier Montero. He keeps the ball himself, and he'll gain 6 for the first time.
Yeah, that time, great play call by his dad, Montero, and able to get the first down and move the sticks in a very important drive for both teams, Leo.
So a first down, more importantly for North, they'll be able to move the sticks and keep that clock moving, up 6-0.
Yeah, 2:32 clock running here in the third quarter, 6-0.
So first down for North. They're at the 39-yard line. as West desperately needs to get that ball back one more time and try to get a drive going to tie this game. Xavier Montero under center. They're going to change the formation a bit. Billy Curry, they're going to look like they're going into the wing with Billy Curry and Jonathan Hernandez behind him. As they do, they motion to Hernandez. And he makes a weird mess, gets it outside a little bit, but that's a terrific job by the defensive end from West.
Yeah, you see Hernandez, the potential he has, only in the 7th grade there. Nice little burst.
And Giovanni Thomas made a fine tackle right there. He's going out of the game. Looks like he stiffened up a little bit in his back, but he did not bite. He kept his gap there and did not bite the Jonathan Hernandez head fake and was able to make the tackle for a gain of 2.
So, very big drive here for both teams. And again, we're at the 1:15 and running down here in the 3rd quarter. West needs to stop, Leo.
Again, we'll be giving out the MVP at the end of the game, Orlando. The winning team will be one MVP.
That's going to be.
We have a couple we could choose from right now
so far, yeah.
for North. And if West, we have a few from them too.
Yep.
So let's see what they do. They're in the eye, back in the eye again. And it's going to be given to Hernandez. He jumps to the outside, uses some of that athletic speed, and he'll gain 8 for the first down. As you see what he does, he has the ability, Orlando, and vision. When stuff is bottled up in the inside, he's able to kick it to the outside and use some of that speed to elude the defenders and gain another first down.
Yeah, keeps the sticks moving there against Smartley. At that time, you don't need to take a hit. Smartley goes out of bounds. And North trying to seal this game away here with this drive, Leo.
Linda, you shouldn't be grinning from ear to ear. I know you love North, but this
so far, so good. Hey, listen, I'm supporting both teams right now.
So first down for North Asheville. Let's not forget those Asheville kids on the team here make up a good portion of North, along with the kids from the other school. So first down and 10 at the 29. They're going to remain in the eye. And Montero keeps it, and he does a solid job of moving his feet. He'll gain about 5.
Again, good play call there, 7-yard gain. And Coach Montero really keeping West off balance in this drive here with great play calling.
So that is going to be our final play here in the 3rd quarter, as we're going to go into the 4th quarter with no scoring there, and North Asheville keeping a 6-0 lead.
Yep, well, see what happens here in the 4th.
So back here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Harmon Colombo Field, Leo Genitacio, Orlando Galveo. Orlando heading into the 4th quarter. North Asheville lead is 6-0. We're joined by Claudio Gomes in the booth. Claudio, nice to have you up here.
Good evening to everybody tuning in tonight. I hope you've been listening. Big shout out to North and Ash, leading by 6 points. We have passed West right now. Trying to match the score, but shout out to everybody listening and joining us. Wish we could have more people here present tonight.
Hey, we have you here, though, supporting them, which is a good thing. So I'm going to ask you, how important is middle school sports in Brockton, for Brockton?
Oh, crucial and
I agree.
beneficial, not only to the kids. Some of our younger folks here are very talented, and these are some of the activities that are keeping them coming back and engaging and showcasing their talent. And we should be here supporting all of us, whether school committee members, parents, community members, supporting and helping showcase their talent. It's part of the process. It's part of what contributes to a positive development of our young folks. So, man, I can't highlight enough the importance of sports and extracurricular activities.
At the age of middle school, a lot of kids, especially young boys, not just boys and girls, but especially the boys who play football, a lot of them are attracted to stuff outside of sports, whether it be video games, hanging around with their friends. And even going back when I was growing up in Brockton, sports made a difference to a lot of the kids in our community, whether it was football, basketball, baseball, whatever the sport was. It makes a significant difference in some kids' life to be a part of a team, to keep them focused on athletics, on their academics, their family, and just being part of a team.
Absolutely, and for some, it's a coping skill as well.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people could be struggling with many different things, and the fact that they have sort of an outlet via sport to come out here and showcase and cope and be around other colleagues as well. Getting out of certain environments. For some, this is coming here versus going elsewhere or just sitting at home with their thoughts and whatnot. So definitely a positive coping skills for many.
So first down for North Ashfield, and West does a fine job, defensive tackle, after a first down run by Bill Curry. They're going to force a 2nd and 9 as West desperately needs to get the ball back, down by 6. And we talk about what sports can do. Just along the Brockton High coaching staff, John Shelby, one of the best linebackers in the state of senior year. He'll be the first to tell you, freshman and sophomore year, not making the right decision. But football changed his life and allowed him to go to Kansas State, to I believe it was Kent State after that. And now one of a Brockton High teacher and one of the better defensive coordinators around. Athletics does make a difference. And of course, middle school, where it all starts. Before they get to high school, the kids are learning from their youth programs, and they get to middle school. It's extremely important as a building block before they get to the Brockton High coaches. So 2nd down for North Ashfield. They're going to remain in the eye. Jonathan Hernandez is the deep back. He's going to get it. He cuts that. He saw the hole in the inside. Looked like Orlando. He wanted to bounce that to the outside, but he saw the hole in the inside. Used those legs, and he's going to gain about 3 and make this probably a 3rd down and 4 for North Ashfield.
Yeah, North trying to put this game away and take the title away from West. This is a very crucial drive for West, to say the least.
Again, we'll be giving out the game MVP later in the game for the one player from the winning team, Matt Campbell, who supervises the middle school football program, will be up in the booth.
Shout out to him.
To give that award away. So West needs to get a stop here. It's 3rd down and 5. It's going to be a handoff to Billy Curry, and that's going to be a penalty. That's going to drive Aaron Montero crazy.
Yeah, it seems like when the North
they're trying to go quick.
They've gotten hit with penalties and fumbles that's cost them from getting
into that rhythm that they
touchdown lead here,
So that 5 yards will make this a 3rd down and 10 unless they have a field goal kicker. It's 4 down territory for West.
So, Claudio, real quick, the last question. I've seen a lot of good things in terms of Brockton High on the news. Good and positive things. You being in the committee, that has to make you happy.
Absolutely. I mean, first year obviously was, a lot of learning and challenges our way with the deficit, so on and so forth. A lot of procedures and process that needed to be cleared out and live stream. But being able to be, re-elected for another term, best feeling ever. There's a lot of work yet to be done. We are very excited. We have a lot in the works right now and things that we can't wait to share and implement out there related to sports. The fields that we've proposed and improved, figuring out the budget and how to work the financial piece to make this happen, to make this possible for our kids. Also in terms of their well-being and everybody's well-being within the school district. So we have a lot of work in progress and work that we want to keep doing and implementing in the district. So definitely very, very excited. I'm glad to be back for another term and can't wait to show you guys what we can do.
Thanks, Claudio. So third down is stopped. That 3rd and 7 run by Jonathan Hernandez, and that was Giovanni Thomas, the outside linebacker, who was able to come up and make the tackle.
And again, this is a big stop right here. This is a crucial stop right here for the West coming up, Leo. Let's see what happens here.
So we're going to get a 4th down here for North Ashfield, as the West needs to get the ball back right here, as we are under 5 minutes left in this football game, as we're going to get a timeout. And we have in the booth,
Anna
Oliver,
Ward 3.
Also elected.
Re-elected. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Anna, anything you want to talk about, especially to your constituents in Ward 3?
Definitely, I want to work especially closely with my colleagues to bring sports back to middle schools, especially field hockey. I think that's something we need to start in the middle schools and improve our soccer and baseball.
Exactly. If we're going to have high school field hockey, why is there not a feeder program for the young girls in Brockton?
And it is a great question, and I think we do have a coach that does want to bring it to middle school, and I think that's something we need to work closely with her. And she does have all the equipment that has been donated, so I think it's just basically talking to all the directors and make sure that happens.
Well, I gotta say, and I always see you at these games. You're always here supporting these young athletes.
Great.
Man, that's got to be good to see, because I spot you all the time. You're always here supporting.
And smiling.
Yes.
Whether they win or lose.
Exactly. I know. I was here for the soccer game and the football. My daughter's in the band.
Oh, that's great.
Also, my son is playing in West. He's number 53.
Wow.
6th grader starting.
That's great.
It's something way different as a mom to see it, for him to be more social with other kids and making more friends. And when he first said he wants to play football, I was a little scared. But just knowing that that's something he loves, and so he won't be home all afternoon playing video games.
It's terrific.
This is something where he can make more friends and be more social.
So 4th down and 9 is West is definitely trying to get the ball back. And they're going to go back. Xavier Montero's going to try to throw, and he throws it up, and it's caught for the touchdown! And that's a perfect throw!
On the first pass of the game, and that might be the biggest pass of the game. North able to get a touchdown and make it 12-0.
And that might be the nail in the coffin, Orlando, as North is able on 4th down and 11. Xavier Montero on a perfect throw to Jonathan Hernandez.
Wow, and I know your son plays for West, so right
I
now,
went to West too, so
you're happy seeing that. You're happy for the kids, but I'm sure.
I'm happy for the kids. That was a nice throw. That was a nice throw.
Anna makes a good point. It's not about just the boys in Brockton. Some of the girls programs. Brockton's won state championships in girls basketball, girls track, girls softball.
Girls volleyball this year.
Girls
volleyball was unbelievable this year.
So it's not just about the boys. The young ladies in Brockton have had great success here over the past half a century, winning state championships in various sports. And it's also important for the young ladies in Brockton to be involved in middle school sports, youth sports, so when they get to Brockton High School, they're not uncomfortable getting up here and saying, I just want to try this sport. They're already playing it as young ladies.
So, again, you running, it must be a good feeling, you and Claudio, to have the backs and actually win, knowing you have the backs of a lot of people in Brockton. That must be a good feeling.
It is a great feeling, especially knowing that as a mom, I want the same thing as a lot of parents in the city, and we want to see our kids be successful and go to college or go to trade school. Also have fun. Have fun. When I was here in 97 before I graduated, how exciting it is to go to sports and see our kids students play and enjoy it, and just see the crowd coming and see them and cheer them on. I know there's not so many crowds here. It's very cold tonight.
Pretty good, though.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for middle school.
I'm actually impressed.
But definitely having more residents coming out and support our students and just basically cheer them on, even win or lose, but just so they know that we're here supporting them for every game.
So that two-point conversion is stopped by West. The West defense has been on the field a ton tonight, but they were able to stop them, and they will get the ball back down by 12 at 4:17 of the fourth quarter as North really, Orlando, looks like they have more players on the sidelines, a little bit more depth than West, but they've controlled this game on the up front, on the offensive defensive line. Do you agree?
Yep.
Big Jordan Murphy.
Well, the game is not over yet, so we still have 4:17 left. So
West is going to need to pull. They haven't thrown the ball yet tonight. They're going to have to show. They're going to have to get out of their comfort zone and do something a little bit different to try to generate a little offense down the field. As North will be kicking from the north end, West will receive from the south end. Looks like you're going to have Derek Gonsalves back there with Giovanni Thomas, as North Ashfield is 4 minutes away from the city championship. As we are, close to Brockton High basketball season. One of your favorite times of year, Orlando.
From what I hear, Claudio, Anna, the team's supposed to be very good this year. So
the boys basketball team returning a lot of players this year. The Boxers did not make the tournament last year for the first time in many years. Back-to-back years. That's when the last time that happened was probably in the 30s. The Brockton went back-to-back years without making the tournament. And I'll tell you something about, we talked about Brockton High baseball. Up until 2010, Orlando, Brockton High never had back-to-back losing seasons in baseball.
So are y'all going to catch some of the basketball games?
We sure are. And also the middle school basketball. They are pretty good.
We'll have to announce the middle school basketball.
Support it all, not just.
You got to support. You can't only support the high school. You got to start from from middle school on. I wish we can bring it down to elementary and start them really younger too, like fifth graders. That would be a great
idea.
Well, real quick, I don't see Tony Rodriguez today. He must be busy. He has to be.
Well, the funny thing is we're supposed to be at a conference. I drove down from Cape to come see my son play, and then we're driving back to Cape.
All right.
So that's
now that makes sense. I knew there was a reason why. So Tony's busy. He's always working.
No one supports Brockton High athletics more than Tony.
He's stuck at the conference.
Shout out to Tony. I know he's watching.
He is watching.
Yes. Shout out to Tony Rodriguez.
So thank you, Anna. Thank you, Claudio, for having you guys up here in the booth.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So that's going to be Derek Gonsalves, who gets to the outside finally. That's a terrific run by Derek, and a good tackle right there by number 14 from North. And that is Junior Lamage. We said his name a bunch of times tonight, the active outside linebacker for North. But that's a big game for West as they get the ball to the North 40-yard line as we climb under the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter of the middle school football championship.
Yeah, Derek Gonsalves has actually been impressive here in the second half.
Good
run there, man.
As Coach said, his first year playing football. We're very, very impressive for his first year playing football.
That is unbelievable. This is his first year playing football. It's hard to believe.
You remember, too, Orlando, there's plenty of kids playing junior boxes and Raiders who aren't playing middle school football, too. So there's a lot of football out there for parents to choose from. So Derek Gonsalves remains in the Wildcat. North has everyone up at the line of scrimmage. He's going to keep it in. Goes nowhere. And we said his name all night. Big number 73, Jordan Murphy.
Like you said earlier, West might have to install a little pass in here with 3:40 left here if they're going to come back into this game right here, down 12-0 late here in the fourth.
So, second down and 10 for West.
Yeah, we'll talk about MVPs here.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
I said to you, Orlando, I think if North wins, Jordan Murphy.
I mean, this kid has been outstanding
He
tonight.
has been, when they've had time to run the ball, he's been the man opening holes. Yeah. And defensively, he really hasn't allowed West to get into anything.
He has been a beast out there. Number 73, Murphy for North.
And I know you like Hernandez and Orlando. That would be your pick.
Listen, I think this is tough. This is tough.
We're going to wait till the end of the game. We might have a split vote for the MVP. So, for a 2nd down and 10 for West. The game's not over. It's a high snap. Derek Teets is going to try to throw the ball. He jumps to the outside and, he just runs over one. Looks like he hurt his shoulder in that play. Hopefully he's okay.
I don't want to see that.
But number 1 from North, who's been active.
Number 14 that time made that tackle for North.
So that's Junior Lamage again, along with number 1. Xavier Montero. Let's hope he's okay, because it looked like he maybe got a stinger there on the shoulder as we go into 4 minutes. Again, the Brockton High schedule. We will be doing a game here. Orlando will be here Saturday. For you Boxer fans, it will be on tape delay as they are playing the Blue Bombardiers from Attleboro before Brockton finishes out Thanksgiving Day against the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans and the rivalry that's been going on for the last 15 years, which Bridgewater Raynham dominated early, but the Boxers have now recently they've gained the upper hand, winning, I think, 5 of the last 6 window.
Yep. I can't wait for that. But right now, the important thing is let's hope
he's okay.
He's okay there. He's on the ground. He's been outstanding tonight.
So he's going to have to go out for at least a play. Let's see who West is going to put in a quarterback. Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. And he's carried the ball almost every single play for West tonight. And let's see who they move over to that quarterback in that Wildcat. It looks like it's going to be number 8. Or number 9, Marcus Africo. And it's a good snap. And they hand it to Africo. He's going to try to throw it wide open. Oh, he had him. That was a really good play call by Tristan Fort Smith right there as he had him beat. And you know what?
I think the
pressure in the light, but a little pressure.
The lights might have played a factor there, but he had him. He had him, and that would have been huge because there would have been still 3 minutes left. Wow.
So 4th down here, and this is the season for for West right here. As that play was open, it was a smart play call, well designed by the West coaches. As it looks like it's going to be Africo who remains the quarterback in that pistol, along with Rafael Tavares back there. It's a good snap, and they're going to hold it. He's going to try to throw it again across the middle, and it was a good attempt. And it's just, they haven't thrown the ball all game, and it's cold out, and they are going to turn the ball over. Orlando a shutout. Got to think maybe a defensive MVP for this game.
Yeah. Instead of the streak that time, they tried to do the post.
Yeah,
but, great
it was
defensive
open.
play by North that time. A little bit of a better throw probably would have got it there, but that was a big stop, and that might have sealed it right there.
So let's see what North does here. They have a 12-point lead, 3 minutes left. Coach Montero. So North has the ball here. With less, like we said, 3 minutes left in the game, this will be probably, I don't know if West has any timeouts left, if North is even going to call any plays. It looks like they will come to the line of scrimmage. Billy Curry's done a fine job tonight at fullback. He was active last year for North at fullback. Jonathan Hernandez is the deep back.
Yeah, if you're North, you just want to use the clock here, maybe get a first down and put this game away.
Here's Billy Curry again. He gets to the outside, gains 9, will go out of bounds. That will stop the clock. But he's been active tonight, Billy Curry. He's gotten the ball. He's been dangerous.
Yeah, Bill Curry last year faced defeat, and this year he gets his chance of revenge.
Redemption.
How sweet it's going to be, right?
Redemption.
Yep.
As that will be an 8-yard gain for Billy Curry as a 2nd down and 2. As it only took 10 seconds off the clock. I'd like to see if North will run some time off the clock here.
It's the first down right there. That might have sealed the game, Leo.
So that will be a first down run as Matt Campbell's going to announce the MVP. We have a split vote, Orlando. You're going to go with John Fernandez. I'm going with Jordan Murphy. We're going to let Paul Miraz, the former boxer great,
yes,
he's going to make the final decision
so
on the MVP.
Paul Miraz is going to be the judge, and he's going to decide the final because both players have been outstanding now.
So Paul Miraz is going to go down to the field. He's going to be giving the MVP vote to Matt Campbell. We have a split vote in the booth. Orlando going with the 2 touchdowns by Jonathan Hernandez. I'm going with the dominant job up front by the lineman, Jordan Murphy.
He's been good too. So it's tough. It's the toughest MVP vote I've ever been a part of.
So we're at 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. North has the ball. They're still running plays. Hammer wants to score.
I mean, in fairness too, Gonzalez for West has been outstanding too. He played like an MVP, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
So first down for North. And an audible from Xavier Montero. And that's going to be a handoff to Hernandez. Up the middle, and he rows his legs, and that will be a gain of 9. And a good tackle by number 23 from West, Emmanuel Famuka.
And Hernandez looked like he wanted to seal that MVP there. Third touchdown, so we'll see what happens there. But again,
so me and Orlando do not know who the MVP is going to be right now. We have a split vote. We were voting on it. There's a split vote. Paul Miraz will make the final decision along with Matt Campbell on the MVP. So the first MVP for the Brockton Middle School Championship, because last year it would have been the running back from West. I forgot his name, but he was terrific.
Yeah, he was really terrific.
He had a bunch of long touchdowns, especially 2 and 4.
McDonald?
Was it McDonald? Yeah, McDonald. That was
he's at Southeastern now.
He might, he could be at Southeastern, but he was the MVP of that game.
He was outstanding last year.
And if it was North, it would have been Dorville.
Yes.
Dorville was, for North, he was their offense. He was terrific. So second down and 2. The clock is moving. We're at a minute left. We're going to wrap it up here at Marciano Stadium in less than a minute. Again, we'll be here Saturday. Orlando Galveo, Leo Genatasio, Curtis Reese, David Eric, Brockton Community Access. You can catch us on the Brockton channels for Brockton High School Athletics. And tonight, the Middle School Football Championship. So that's going to be another handoff to Hernandez. Makes a man miss.
Look at that stiff arm.
And that's a stiff arm. And he
Look at this.
carries the West players for a 15-yard gain down to the 15-yard line. And let's see if Aaron takes a knee now.
I believe that was number 8 on that carry that time.
Oh, it was. That was number 8.
For North.
That's
Valentine.
Niall Valentine.
Like an MVP there. What a run by Valentine.
So he got a carry, and that will be the last play of the game. We're going to wrap it up here as
there it is.
That is the final play of the game. So let's give a big congratulations to North Ashfield. And, of course, congratulations for West to getting here. Orlando, we're going to wrap it up here tonight in a fine football game. Well played.
Outstanding, man, like you expected. And how sweet it is for North celebrating in the middle field. Revenge from last year. And West, again, nothing to hang your head over because they played great as well. And someone has to win, unfortunately.
So Matt Campbell will be down on the field. They're going to be giving out the trophy, the MVP award. We will see you Saturday afternoon, 12 o'clock. Again, it will not be live. You're going to have to catch us on tape delay, or please come up here and support the Boxers as they are playing the Blue Bombardiers from Attleboro, another Hockomock team.
Yep, and that should be great. Not the playoff game you wanted, non-playoff, but still got to go out there and finish the season.
Okay, see you guys Saturday. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.